What's up, metal and heavy music fans? Let's talk about Lorna Shore's new track, Sun Eater. So getting right into it, I love the big intro with the strings and chorals building slowly into the brass and church bells for a very bombastic effect. It sticks around just long enough versus the fairly gratuitous and self-important intro of CJ's new project.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Before transitioning seamlessly into the flurry of double bass and opening screams. Lorna Shore definitely doubling down on the speed here with the insane chugging melodic death metal kind of styled riffs and punchy snare hits, and Will once more proving his worth with equally chaotic syncopated screams. Like, he sounds fantastic here, just shifting rapidly up and down within his register. Then building back up into the more symphonic elements for the big, powerful chorus section. I do feel like this actually could have benefited from some sort of simple, clean hook, but the melodic synth does a good job here regardless. Let me know down in the comments, do you feel like this would have benefited from some cleans, or do you just like it the way it is? After another wicked fast verse, we contrast that with the first pretty traditional chugging breakdown with layered brutal gutturals. Relatively standard stuff here for the genre, but executed very effectively, and again, because of how it plays off the more rapid fire section, it's a good dynamic songwriting choice. These sudden changes in pacing and direction definitely keep things interesting for the relatively ambitious 6+ minute runtime. Better and more engaging, I'd even say, than some of the songs on the last EP, which I know that some people are already mad that I even said that, but it's okay to have mild criticism for bands you enjoy, and I just felt like some of those songs were very grandiose, yes, but often a little bit repetitious and kind of dragged out longer than they needed to.
How dare you!
And speaking of changing things up, there's also a pretty killer guitar solo around this point, and a lengthy one at that. Then another breakdown, this one going for a similar down-tempo beatdown effect as to the Hellfire, something that's definitely going to get people going apeshit in the pit at live shows, I'm sure. I was kind of hoping they'd go all in again with some really insane vocals here, but it ends up transitioning relatively quickly back into the melodic section for the final conclusion, which left me wanting a little bit more. I'm kind of on the fence because I know they don't want to just like pull the same exact trick twice, but it feels like it could have used a little bit something more at the end. But overall, pretty killer song. Like I said, I dig the dynamics and the pacing, and Will once again really brings it on the vocal front. Now, if I am comparing this to the Immortal Disfigurement track, which doesn't seem unfair given the stylistic similarities, I'll admit that I think CJ overall gives just a little bit more on drag Through the Inferno. However, on the instrumental front, I found that track to be very dull and uninspired. So in that department and overall, the award definitely goes to Sun Eater for me.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
Turning to my 3 scales, I give it a 9 for enjoyability. Once more, I think this track gets most things right to keep me consistently engaged, but I do feel like, again, it's missing just that little tiny extra push that makes it fall short of becoming an instant classic. It's just missing that really infectious hook, I think, that leaves a real imprint on my brain. On a related note, I give it a 9 for musicianship. Aside from that same complaint, the songwriting here is definitely on point with the constantly shifting elements. And on top of that, the performances are top-notch, especially on the faster sections. And I give it a 7 for innovation. Nothing new for Lorna Shore or really the deathcore genre in general, but it's solid nonetheless. So averaging those 3 out to an 8.3 and a strong B for Sun Eater. Check out this video for the best deathcore albums according to Within Destruction's Howard Fang, or this video for my rundown on the new Suicide Silence track. Also, let me know what did you think of this one down in the comments. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.